Good morning. Welcome to another rainy day here in Winnipeg. I was outside talking to my neighbor, probably about half an hour ago or so, maybe a little more. It was drizzling at that time. I sort of think I hear something on the roof, or maybe it's the drain pipe, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's supposed to rain all day today, he said. Now, yesterday I was lucky. I was able to get out for a while on my scooter yesterday late afternoon. Now, enough about that. Today we don't want to be messing around talking about weather, scooters, and macro lenses. Let's see here. If you remember, did I get it? No, I didn't get it. It's somewhere. I guess I knocked it off. Anyway, that little piece that is so tiny, I can't even see it from here. I know it has to be over there. Okay. Yeah. I found that kind of interesting anyway, yesterday's episode, but even though I did it myself, and I sort of knew what the outcome was going to be, it was fun anyway. But today, we have to get ourselves 20 ladders here. They are the E4s. And we need 20 of them. And when I first was getting up this morning, I was thinking about what am I going to do here at the model table? And I was thinking, well, I got to do the ladders. Then I was thinking, well, I guess I'm going to have to paint them because I want them darker than the number 19 that I'm going to spray the outside of the turret with. And I was thinking, why don't I use the brass black? And so, I dig out my brass black, and then when I'm getting my frets here for the E frets, I noticed, oh yeah, that's right, I already did spray them with the Stynylrez gray. So they're basically sprayed. I think that some of them are going to be sprayed better than others, but they're all going to give the illusion of being a lot darker than the 19. So anyway, I think it was New York Jason who put me onto this. I haven't heard from New York Jason for a long time. So Jason, if you're still watching, in the comments below, just put "I'm still here." Okay. All right. Let's sort of recompose here. We'll nip off a couple of these ladders and try and do something model related today for a change. Now, where is that thing? There it is. Okay. I couldn't let it rest, could I? Okay, there are 3 E frets. And it looks like there's 2, 4, 6, 8. It looks like there's 24 number 4s here. And like this is the 4. But then I was noticing that this one here that has the bent little thing here, I wonder if I can fix that. It's not a 4. There, sort of. It's actually a 13, I believe. Okay, now this is Windex. Now, if this paint had been, the Tamiya XF, the Windex would have dissolved it instantly. But being as it's the Stynylrez, I know I've said this before, the Stynylrez is wonderful primer. It just sticks really, really well. Okay, yeah, you can see that that's a 13. Okay, so what we're going to do is get all of these ladders. So if there's, that means there's 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, 7. So that means there's 21 of these ladders. so we can afford to ruin one. And you can see that they're basically dark. Now, I know that if you look at where the paint has been sort of blotchy here for some whatever reason, I was wondering if maybe the fret was a little bit greasy, because the paint seemed to sort of what do you call it, bubble on it, like water on a freshly waxed car, that kind of thing. Okay, let's recompose here and try and get some of these. Okay. I haven't sharpened my homemade cutter here for quite a while. I want to be careful not to scratch the paint off of the ladder. Okay, now we don't need this one. That's the 13. Alright, now I think the best way, instead of trying to, come at this from this angle, I think the best way for me is to just swing this whole thing around 180 degrees. Okay, now these E sheets, they do not have the plastic backing on them. So I'm going to want to watch that this does not go pinging off into the carpet. I don't think it will. Well, I guess maybe it could, couldn't it? Maybe what I should do is get the right place. Just okay. Maybe I'll do it this way. Oh, I bent it a little bit, didn't I? Well, that's because they've got this thing. It should be attached up here, not here. No, that's just my opinion. Oh, I scratched it. Well, maybe the other side. I accidentally flipped it over. Well, that was maybe a blessing in disguise, because the other side is painted as well. So I guess when I place these ladders, I'll just have to make sure I've got the best side facing out. Okay, I'm going to do the other two sheets the same way. Okay, somebody's going to say, why did you bother making a label? You know what they are. Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. I have spent a few minutes here cleaning up these turret shells, getting them ready to, put on rotating blocks. Now, we've got this one right here that's we assembled a couple of days ago. And my intention was to do all of them, get them the same way, so I spray them all at the same time. Now, I did notice that right on the edge here, on this leading corner, you might say, on most of them, there was a bit of a you might say a sort of a flange sticking out. I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit here and cast a shadow so that you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, at first I thought that this corner thing here that it was actually supposed to be there, and but now I'm realizing that it's probably flashing. Now I will have to be careful on the one that's got the parts glued on it that I don't, when I try to get this off, I don't end up ruining the little part that I glued on. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, we've spun it enough. Now, if you look very closely, you can see what almost appears to be welding marks or something like that, like detailing. And what's going to happen here is, that's a piece of dust, I think, yeah. Okay, what's going to happen here now is I'm probably going to be removing removing that. So I'm just going to use Chris's file here. And being careful not to, take the front of the opening for the gun. But anyway, I've already done 7 of these. Okay, I think it's going to look all right. Okay, I'm sort of methodically, you might say, going through all my parts here. I'm starting out with the largest and working my way down to the smallest, and the smallest is going to be the hardest, which is these little hydraulic cylinders. They're the ones I have to be the most careful with. Anyway, a few minutes ago I'd started on these ones right here, and I dropped one, and I thought I dropped it on the floor. So anyway, I'm looking around on the floor and I don't see it, and I carefully stand up and I see it in case it's fallen into a crease in my pants or something, and no, it's not there. I get my spotlight and I get down on the floor sort of and looking all around, and I think, man, it couldn't have bounced away off, that far. And I look back up on the table, and here it's sitting right here. It didn't go on the floor at all. And so I thought, well, could I be that lucky? So I counted them to make sure I still had 20 of them, and I do. I'm just making conversation here. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Okay. I was going to mention this in yesterday's episode, and I forgot to tell you. Anyway, the evening before, I noticed movement in my surveillance system, and I looked up, and I see a little rabbit running as fast as it can out from behind my back shed. And in hot pursuit is a coyote or a fox, I'm not sure which. I think it's a coyote this time. Anyway, it chases the rabbit around the front of the house. Little rabbit goes running under the neighbor's car. Well, if that little rabbit was smart, it's going to stay there. I don't think the coyote or the fox can get underneath the car, or would try. Trouble is, those little rabbits, they kind of get scared and spooked, and they usually run right into the danger. I think that's why they get caught, because I actually think they can probably outrun one of those, a fox or a coyote, but maybe I'm wrong. Well, a little while ago, the sun was trying to come out. Yeah, but I notice now the streets are wet again. I was thinking maybe I'm going to get out this afternoon, but I don't know if it's that iffy. I don't want to get caught out in the shower. Anyway, all our parts now are done. We're ready to glue stuff back together here, and but that's going to have to be in tomorrow's episode. Yeah, I think I've done about as much as I want to do here. So thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.